So, hi everyone. Today, in this interview series of thoughtful leaders, we have with us Dr. Adity Saxena, ma'am, who is the Dean of School of Design at Woxsen University. Ma'am sees herself as a messenger of happiness who believes in empathy. She holds a doctorate in mass communication from MIT University, a certified design thinker from Virginia University, and certified in effective leadership through emotional intelligence from Oxford University Department of Continuing Education. Over 18 years, she has extensive experience in teaching, academic coordination, curriculum development, research, course resource management, and supporting students' well being. As an outcome of her years in the design industry, she has gained diverse and valuable experience working with vocational training institutions to the university level. Her rich expertise spans teaching to a higher education leadership role with an innovative approach. She was invited as a uh, restorative justice co-facilitator in a school project in the United States and has been a part of various global research initiatives. She has published papers in leading journals with the collaboration of international educators. Thank you, ma'am, for giving us time to conduct this interview with Collegedunia. I welcome you for this interview, ma'am.
Thank you, Parth. It's also a pleasure for me, to be a speaker today. Yeah.
So, ma'am, I'll start the interview with some basic about what your experience has been in education industry. So can you just elaborate on it a bit?
So, Parth, being an educator, I never seen education is only teaching the students in the classroom. So, and, I think I always trying to explore various things, and I always realize that empathy and student-centric approach is one of the things which help us to connect with this young, energetic, dynamic audience, those who are, known as more dynamic than us, right? So, and so during my 18-20 years of experience working as an educator, you are absolutely right that I started my career from a vocational training institution to moving to a leading design institution to Amity University, working with a lot of global projects, invited to the United States. I realized that students are at the end of the day, they are students, right? They are students and they only need something that is empathy. So I think this is one thing. And another thing is, a lot of upskilling. I think the teachers are can only learning. So I think we teachers are lifelong learners. So this is what all my understanding about my, throughout the thing. If you see my career graph, you will see that I've learned constantly. I'm learning, exploring. Thank you.
Yeah. And ma'am, so you have held key positions at Education Institute throughout your professional career. You have a career of 18 plus years. So what keeps you connected with education sector since you are have been so long connected with the sector as well?
Right. So I think it's very interesting question, Parth, that the education sectors are apparently looks like very simple. You have to have a set curriculum, your admission criteria, students are coming, you are giving the lecture, and they are passing out after 2 years or 3 years or 4 years. But that's not true. It is one of the most complex sector what we are working. That means, it has different levels of hierarchy, and it also gives us multiple challenges. So if I come back to your question that, what are the key factors that keep me connected with the education sector, that I think that complexity, the challenges, and, always give us an opportunity to upskilling. That means we can learn. So if you see the Indian education system, I am taking a minute to tell you that the Indian education system has evolved a lot. I can consider my time when I used to study in the library, all my friends noting down the on point, and now my students are coming with the, iPad. They are just, writing the keywords. So the technology, what makes a difference in the education sector, that probably make me, fascinated. I actually, have been learning every time. And when I stuck up, I think my students are the best teacher. They just come and tell me, okay, this is the app and this is the way you can connect with the audience, right? So yes, if I close my answer, I think I can tell you that the challenges what these education sectors give us, take the challenges and survive here. Then obviously the how this media is evolving, right? And technology, the connection of technology, and definitely learning opportunity from this young generation as well as from my fellow colleagues and seniors.
Okay, that's good to know. And ma'am, like, what are your roles and responsibilities to the university and the students? Can you just elaborate on it a bit?
Okay, so in terms of Woxsen University School of Art and Design, I think I'm privileged that I'm able to get this opportunity. And being a dean, it's very tough to tell you that exactly what is my responsibility. I think I am everywhere, but basically what we are trying to do, we are trying to focus few things. One is academic, right? Which is one of our major criteria, that giving students not only the course-oriented understanding, also give them an understanding about how the global media is working, how the global market is working. So when I'm talking about academia, I think, Parth, I would love to say that we are focusing too much on internationalization. We are not only calling the international professors as a guest faculty, they are actually taking one or two few courses based on their expertise as a regular faculty. And so my focus is obviously academia first. That means I want to improve, give my students more and more quality education. When I'm saying improve, that doesn't mean that quality is not there. Quality is definitely there, but want to make it more diversified, want to connect it with the industry, and create more employability opportunity for my students, right? This is one thing. Another thing is I always believe in empathy, as you told that I believe in empathy. So being a leader of the team, I think it's my moral responsibility to understand my team member and connect them, because I have a very dynamic team. I'm really happy that my professors are all alumni from NIFT, NID. They are passed out from abroad. So being a part of this, I don't believe in I always believe in we, and being a part of this team, I think it gives me an immense pleasure to learn, to connect with the people. And definitely I'm looking forward to learn from the top management like Vice Chancellor, Pro Vice Chancellor, because in this role, I'm straight away connecting with them, I'm coordinating with them. Another thing which I would also like to say that I would also like to focus on the research area. Because, as you know, that post-pandemic area, the whole employability market is changing in a rapid pace. There are certain new roles which was existing year after year. Now you suddenly find these roles are not there. They just vanish, right? And you suddenly realize there are certain roles which we never thought about it. So I think research plays a very important role. And in Indian academia, we pay research attention to the postgraduate student. But here, I would love to pay attention to my undergraduate students, those who are moving to their postgraduate year.
Absolutely, ma'am. So you talked about research, ma'am. So the education system in India and other foreign countries are structured very differently. So in your experience, what can an inbound student gain from studying at School of Arts and Design at Woxsen University?
Parth, I'm not saying that I'm opposing your statement, but yes, I'm saying that after the globalization, after the digital media, there is always a link between foreign university and Indian university. A lot of Indian universities are also considered as a landmark in the foreign education system. So I'm fortunate that I've been working with many professors from different countries. So when I discuss with them, especially people from Canada, when most of the Indian students go over there, they actually appreciate the Indian education system. Right. And especially the kind of relationship, kind of bonding what we create. Right. I'm coming back to your question. Okay. So can you repeat the question again, please?
Yes, ma'am, absolutely. So just like since the Indian and foreign countries education system are structured differently, so yeah, just wanted to get an understanding of how they are.
Understood. Understood.
Yeah, yeah.
Yeah. So let me come to the thing that when we say the foreign education system, definitely we want our students to get the global exposure, and you know that China is first and India is the second number of country where our students go to abroad. The maximum number of students international. So we give business to the whole world. We send our kids over there to study. Now, as for the Woxsen School of Art and Design consider, I think, as I already told you, that we are connecting people through a lot of inviting a lot of global professors, and our internationalization. We have collaboration with the foreign universities, right? So that give us our students opportunity to go for the students exchange program and understand the global aspect, as well as we are unique. When I'm saying we are unique, I never consider my school. When people ask me how Woxsen School of Art and Design is different from other School of Art and Design, I say, please remove this word difference. We are unique, right? And when we are saying we are unique, so we don't have to justify how we are unique. But yes, I as a dean, I can tell you that we are unique in terms of our teaching, in terms of our mentoring, in terms of our the kind of opportunity what we are creating for our students for the internationalization. So there is no gap. There is no gap. That means our students, when they go to the international domain market as a student or as a worker, I don't think so that they will feel that they are coming for a department. And that is the success of the Woxsen School of Art and Design. That means we are able to remove the gap as much as possible.
Okay, ma'am. So just wanted to continue in that and talk about the curriculum of Woxsens School of Art and Design. So how does school ensure the best practices in industry, since the world is so competitive right now and students lot of options in terms of different universities, different colleges. So how does Woxsen ensure that they are following best practices of the industry?
Right. Definitely students have multiple choice, and we are not even able to accommodate all the students, right?
Absolutely.
Because, right. But what I feel that in our curriculum, what we try to do, we try to evaluate our curriculum in a regular process. Then we try to, we have board of studies, we have academic council. When we see board of studies, so being a part of different private universities a long time, I can see that board of studies mainly formed with the academia and researcher. Now what we did, our board of studies have the industry connection also. That means we have members from the industry. So when I say curriculum, I think what we try to do, we try to modify our curriculum in such a manner that we are able to remove unwanted things. That means we should not pressurize our students to study, because there are certain things which they know. And another thing is we try to establish a direct connectivity with the industry. What is their requirement? We have a lot of conclave, lot of conference. My design conclave is coming in the next month, where all the international. This Saturday, the design head of OPU, Munwar Khan, is coming to meet our students. So you can understand that when top-notch people are coming from the industry, they are giving us feedback about our syllabus, and we are definitely incorporating the feedback to make our syllabus more industry-oriented. Because at the end of the day, knowledge is something not tangible, but employability is tangible. So we are trying to convert the knowledge of our student to our employability. That is the ultimate goal of the school.
Okay, ma'am. And what is your vision for Woxsen School of Art and Design? Like, how do you want to see the school in like next 10 years or so?
Okay. Interesting question. See, if I close my eyes and see, I don't know whether I will be able to see after 10 years. But definitely, if you talk about the future, my short-term and long-term goal. So probably my short-term goal is a student-centric approach, student satisfaction, their learning. They should not feel that they are pressurized, and also giving them a lot of exposure. That means they should know that how the world is, evolving in a fast pace, right? And at the same time, employee satisfaction. That means I want each team member should be happy. They should be feel comfortable. So then only, when I just wanted to share one thing with you, but that in my last videos in 2020 January in United States, when COVID was just spreading, I came back at January end. So I worked in a very interesting project that is restorative justice in school education. So basically, this is the approach of the alternate to criminal justice. So my professor used to tell me, Dr. Tom Keviney, who is from the Colorado State University, that Aditi, if the student do not like the teacher, they don't like the subject also, right? Whatever the knowledge is there, if students do not like the teacher, they will start avoiding that course also. So this is what I think that, in a long-term goal, what I can say, I'm not using the word 10, I'm using the word long-term goal. I think I want to establish this school in a global market, that this is one of the leading design school from India. And I want my international students also to come here and study.
Okay, ma'am. So any insights on how Woxsen School of Art and Design could be more welcoming to students of different race or economic background or different cultures? Can you share some insights on
that? See, when you talk about the academia at present, I think this is one of the main focus of all academic leaders: inclusion, gender, race. That means if I'm not using all the keywords, I can see that diversity increase the value of education, right? And Woxsen's School of Art and Design is definitely open for this diversity. That's why I told that I want my international students should come. Not only my students go to abroad and study, their students also come in here and study the Indian art, culture, our textile, our fashion, which is unique. The whole world is looking for our textile, our art and culture. Now, when I say this diversity, I think we have different approach, different policies through which we try to ensure that the students coming from different diverse background, they should be secured. I'm specifically use such a strong word, and they should be feel comfortable. And as for other thing, also we have a lot of scholarship criteria. Right. So this scholarship criteria also help the students of, those who have do not have the means, but they have the talent. We can give them a chance that they can come and study and enrich our education, the whole process. Because when diversity comes, our whole school will enrich. We all will learn. So we still have the diversity, but definitely I'm looking for more diversity.
So I feel that with this conversation going, that there are a lot of reasons for students to join Woxsen University. But in your opinion, what are the top strengths of Woxsen University?
Parth, can you please repeat your question?
So ma'am, like with this conversation going on, I can feel that there are a lot of reasons to join Woxsen University for students. So I just wanted to understand, like in your opinion, what are Woxsen's top strengths, specifically for School of Art and Design?
Okay. So I think our top strength is the first thing what I would like to see my team. That means the people, those who are going to teach, the teachers, the mentors. They are not only skilled, they also have professional experience, and many of them are also associated with many global projects, right? Including me. The second point which I can see that our approach towards the student, that means empathy and human-centric approach. In a design thinker, I always believe that if we are not able to place our student at the center of the circle, we won't be able to, give them anything. We probably get 10 out of 10 CGPA, but this is also important, but this is not the ultimate. A lot of successful people, they don't have 10 of 10 out CGPA, but they have something else. Also teach the students soft skill. This is the third point which I would like to see. That at present, industry is not only looking for skilled people. Industry is looking for people, those who are having soft skills. And most of the corporates are now giving more priority to the soft skill. So we regularly conduct the soft skill training. We invite a lot of industry people, senior people to conduct the soft skill training. And another thing is obviously the research, our international connection, give them exposure. And a third thing, what I can see, that a very one-to-one connection. I can't find there is a gap in between, academia to research to placement to admin, right? I think the whole Woxsen University, different departments are so closely associated with each other that students don't find, a lot of time in many universities, including the public and private universities, I don't want to take the name, that students go to approach somebody for something, they ask, okay, fine, you go so-and-so, meet so-and-so people, they move to that direction. That makes them frustrated. Right, here we have solution for everything. If somebody come to me, if I don't know that thing, I'll say, okay, fine, I'll get back with you. And that is my moral responsibility to call that person and know that what is the solution, not asking my student to go here and there and waste their time. So I think we are unique. I always say that we are unique.
Ma'am. That's good to know. And ma'am, talking about the higher education industry in general, so what do you think are the biggest challenges you see for both like higher education industry and for Woxsen School of Art and Design specifically?
Okay. It is definitely a good question. And I think I did a huge project actually. It is already uploaded on my YouTube channel, that I spoke with almost 10 professors globally to know that what are the challenges they are observing. So obviously I'm not quoting them, but as a whole, what I'm trying to say, let me first see that what are the challenges in higher education domain. Now, COVID, this pandemic gave us open many doors and close many doors, right? So when I'm saying what are the challenges, I think the most important thing in India, in the higher education domain, is the how we are delivering the content. We are talking about hybrid mode, new normal. All these things are floating around the air, but everyone is concerned about digital divide. If we are talking about the hybrid mode, then the students, and digital divide is not the problem of the India. Digital divide is a problem of, it is a global issue. Even in that country like United States, they have the problem of the digital divide, right? So this is a one thing what I'm seeing, that academia really want to work, they really need to work hard, starting from the vice chancellor to pro VC to the deans to the teacher, that we need to incorporate new policy. We need to find out the solution of the problem and give them, our students, a learning environment, a better learning environment, right? So I think the major challenges what I find, because I am not going through a root of the challenges, but at present I think the major challenge is that in the post-COVID era, how we help our students to learn. Another thing is which I personally understand, that these students have a very short span of attention. This digital media, their constant involvement with the social media, this is good. This is definitely good. But this also, stop them to focus towards their goal, what they want to do. So I think I normally tell my students, not only in Woxsen, in everywhere, that do a lot of mind mapping, do journaling, take out some time for yourself. And I think this might be a challenge for us, for whole academia, that how we are going to, incorporate that value system and that whole approach towards the focus of how we identify, how they know themselves, that what they want, and then they can do the strategic approach towards their goal. That is probably a responsibility of the mentors. All of us are working towards that. Not only when I'm saying all of us, that means not only Woxsen School of Art, the whole world is working, the academia is working, and definitely we will come up with policy, new policies, new approach will come. I'll take one more minute to say what Woxsen. I think the major challenges is again this pandemic, right? Because as a art education, when we say fashion, when we say creative art, communication design, product design. Lot of courses we are teaching online. Not only we, other universities are also teaching online, but there is a gap.
Yeah.
There is a gap in terms of satisfaction of the student as well as satisfaction of the faculty mentor. Right? So I think this is one of the major challenges at this moment. I feel definitely Telangana asked the students to come back, but yes, many of the students are also in some other places where I don't know how they will come. So I think pandemic challenges at this moment is one of the major challenges for us.
And ma'am, you talked about the attention span of students. So just wanted to ask you one last question regarding any suggestions you'd like to give to current youth and aspiring students. Yeah.
Okay. My daughter is 15 now. She's in 10th. So I know this generation as a student, as a teacher, as a mother. So I can tell you, but this generation doesn't like to listen. If you start giving them lecture, they will not listen. They'll start busy with their cell phones, or they'll just ignore you. What I would like to say, before telling something to my students, I probably would like to say to the parents that, they are more responsible, to the family members, that every student is unique. They have their unique potential. So it is a triangle, parents, teacher, and student, right? So parents, when students go to the higher education, we think that our responsibility is over. Definitely. They are adult, they have their own being, but now we have to be more, we have our role as a mentor, right? We have to help them to identify their own, guide them, and, take them to their path again and again, right? Without criticizing them. Because this criticism is one of the very integral component of Indian family system. So we should understand that every student is unique. If somebody would like to go to a fashion designing, let that student go to fashion designing. Don't force that students to go to engineering or management. This is one thing. For the students, my only thing to only suggestion to them that take out some time, read books, listen podcasts, remove your eyes from the screen. So that will help them to really, increase their attention span and spend some time to themselves. That's it. They are very smart. They are very smart. They're very dynamic. I think they can make a miracle. India's young population, we are one of the youngest country. And these students are going to make a miracle in coming 15, 20 years, believe me. But they have to, understand who they are. So just spend 10, 15 minutes, take out some time, read something, listen podcasts, because the screen contact is definitely going to be a problem.
Yes, ma'am. So I think with these suggestions, I think it's a right time for us to conclude this session. We have covered a lot of things in the interview, from your experience to challenges in higher education industry. I think this interview has been very insightful, and students can get a lot of information about Woxsens School of Art and Design. And not only that, I'm sure, ma'am, with students can learn a lot from your vast experience in education industry through this interview. So yes, ma'am, with this, I thank you for giving us Collegedunia time for taking out for doing this interview.
Thank you, Bart. Thank you.